Hello and welcome back to the KBB NR2003 series. Today we're here for race number 3 of season 5 at Phoenix International Speedway. So 94 laps, 40 drivers as usual here at our first short track of the season. Sorry it's been a little while since our last KBB race, but we're here tonight. We're ready to get things rolling here. So if I can figure out my buttons here, there we go. So, of course, starting on the field with another rookie of AJ Liddums on the front row. Right beside him is Daniel Sels. Let me get to your starting lineup here. So, row number 2, we have David Garcia with Matthew Covington. Row number 3, Jake Scarborough and Jack Nelson. Row number 4, Nick Scaccio and Andrew Franci. Rounding out your top 10, we have Trey Grooms, your Daytona winner, and then right beside him is the 12 of Dylan Thomas. Caleb Kerr and Travis Van Oosterdorp, they're row 6. Row number 7, that's Aaron Woods Jr. and Michael Scout. Row 8, Brendan Gonzalez and Luna Bennington. Row number 9, Wilson Hunt and Evan Nelson. And rounding out your top 20, that is Rich Roy and Wolfgang Suarez. Mike Pitt, Scout Collins, row number 11. Row 12 back here, that's the 55 of Mark Sherrill and Andrew Cahill. Row 13, Donovan David with Branson Grooms. Row 14, Devin Gardner and Julian Lozano. Row 15, we got Baker Mayfield with Nick Bingham. Row 16, Fox Oakwood with Jonathan Maynard. Row 17, Justin Rott. And the 10 of, that's Carlos Queiroz. Row 8, Justin Murray, Braden Cisco. In the last 2 rows, we got, that's the 33 of Anthony Foss and Dylan Cudroof. And Gabe Gazzola with Simon Bingham round out your final row. So like I mentioned before, 94 laps. We're about to get set for the starting command here tonight at Phoenix.
Drivers, start your engines.
So engines are fired here for race number 3 of 20 here in season 5 of KBB, of course. If everybody does not get rolled off here, we will restart until everybody has a chance to take the green flag. Now, I did a lot of testing here at Phoenix, and it's one of those tracks where they could wreck them big in the first 5 laps, or they could go green for a million laps. We'll just have to see what the outcome is here tonight. And I do apologize for my voice. I am a little bit sick. I've been sick for the last few days, so my voice is a little bit out. Well, you see this newer configuration, the pace car on pit lane coming out of turn number 2. These drivers won't actually take the green until about coming off of turn number 4. As now the start-finish line is in that dog leg. It's been like that for a few years now, about 6. As looks like Rich Roy is having issues, so we are going to have to restart. But we'll just fast forward a little bit. I like to make it fair for each of these drivers. I mean, it's a sim. I like to make it fair for at least everybody to take the green flag at least. We'll see if everyone's able to take it this time. As it's going to be 2 rookies on the front row. That's AJ Liddums with Daniel Sels. We're about to go green here for 94 laps at our first short track of the season here in KBB. As the pace car dives down pit lane, these 2 rookies going to enter the restart zone. Green flag is out here at Phoenix. And there they go already in the back. Lots of cars involved. There's Gabe Gazzola, Travis Van Oosterdorp, Devin Gardner, who right now has 2 top 10s to start this season. His day looks like it's going to be done Nick Bingham there in the 93 as well. I saw Dylan Thomas. He was the first one to go around, and that's what I was worried about. But it looks like David Garcia will take the race lead. We'll go back and take a look at what happened to these guys. As Dylan Thomas, he was up here in the top 15. Looks like you have 4 wide. Caleb Kerr is going to get into him. And around he goes in the middle of this pack, and then just piling in. There's Travis Van Oostendorp. And down into the inside, blocking the whole track. Branson Grooms, Baker Mayfield. Looks like Braden Sisko, Dylan Cutteroff also got a piece of it. That's what I was worried about. I mean, I tested this track so many times, and they just, I couldn't figure out how to get them to actually stop wrecking, but unfortunate end going to be here on lap number 1 for some of these drivers. Let's go on board with that 12. Just see what he saw. So caution already here on lap number 1. It involves multiple drivers towards the middle of this pack. And some of these drivers' day is going to end early here in the desert. So a lot of damage to that 12 of Dylan Thomas. Gabe Guzzola right behind him also with damage. But hopefully now that they're single file a little bit, it'll calm these guys down. So it looks like DNFing right now is the 44 and 5. David Garner, he's not going to be able to keep his top 10 streak alive. He was the only one with 2 top 10s to start this season. But unfortunate end to his night. And then Travis Van Oostendorp, last week's pole sitter at Las Vegas. He's going to retire early as well. Surprisingly, it does not look like anybody else brought it to the pits to retire. There's a few cars out there with damage. Anthony Foss, he's got a little bit of back bumper damage. So does that 93 of Nick Bingham. We'll skip ahead a little bit here till we're about to take the green. Should be this lap. So now everybody's going to be single file. I'm hoping sometime this season I can get better cautions to work. And better cautions will allow for double file restarts. I think Lucky Dogs are a part of that as well. I'm not for sure, but I know it does help with double file restarts, which in this case, this track, double file restarts might not be that good. But David Garcia beat AJ Littums to the caution flag, so he's going to hold the race lead here, and he's going to lead us here on lap number 6. So still a lot left in this race. Here we go into the restart zone. David Garcia will lead us back to the green. As you see, already behind, battle for second. Daniel Sells going for second on AJ Littums. Now Jake Scarborough underneath as well. Scarborough really the only veteran up here in this top 5. There's a car that pitted back there. That was Evan Nelson. And Braden Sisko. Don't know what's amiss on both of those cars, but we'll go back up front. Still side-by-side back here for second. As that 49 is going to use all that apron. That 16 almost just got turned onto the apron by Matthew Covington. That 75 has taken a big hit these last 2 races, so he's looking for a strong run tonight and maybe not hit the outside wall this time. But he makes a nice move underneath the 16 there to possibly take 5th away, I believe. But now they're still fighting back on the outside. As Trey Grooms falls back, still side by side between Nick and Matthew. It's still side by side here for second. Self still trying to clear that 61, and it looks like he finally will. These are the 2 cars on the racetrack that I did not make. All these other cars were made. by me, but the 49 and 61 were made by their respectful owners, which is Daniel Sells and AJ Littums. You see that 49's got clear of that 61, and he's already closing in on this 45, trying to go for this race lead. But David Garcia with that clean air just running out in front. So you see back here, we might see a battle for fourth here soon, as there's a battle right behind them. That's Aaron Woods Jr. and Andrew Franci. Both these drivers looked pretty fast in the clash in our opening race. Of course, that was at Dodge, the Dodge Motorhome, or Dodge Motor Stadium, whatever you want to call it. And technically, I believe that's considered a short track too, so I'm surprised these two are up here right now. There you see this 10 and 33 there were on pit lane. But the battle for the lead is heating up. Daniel Sells closing in on the back bumper of David Garcia. And now here he comes, making a move to the inside. So Sells going to try to make this pass. Garcia has the run on the outside. And he's going to take back the race lead, just barely fitting in front of that 49. As AJ just kind of waiting in third right now. This is allowing Jake Scarborough to catch up. As now it looks like Sells is trying to push that 45 maybe out of the groove. And here comes the battle for third. Jake Scarborough underneath. Scarborough is a one-time winner here in this series. He won back at Coca-Cola Speedway way back in like season 2 or season 3 for his first career win. Don't remember him finding victory lane since then, but look at Daniel Sells shoving it way underneath. He knows he's got to get around this 45 quick, because now they're starting to back up behind him. Matthew Covington, Andrew Franci, they've closed in as well, but not a good exit for that 49. David Garcia still going to hold on, as there you see Matthew Covington underneath Jake Scarborough. Out of all of our veterans that re-signed up, this 75, I believe, is the only one without a win here in KBB. And now Nick Bingham coming out of pit lane, fixing some damage. He's going to be in the mix of this, but I don't think he's off pace. A few other cars up here. That's Baker Mayfield and Anthony Foss. Both of them with damage. Michael Scout on pit lane 2. Yeah, a few of these cars just with damage, having to pit over and over again to fix it. You see Jake Scarborough making an aggressive move underneath the lap car of Nick Bingham and AJ Littums. As that 93 coming out of pit lane helped the top two pull away a little bit. As now Daniel Sells can play offense a little bit on this 45, as Jake Scarborough still stuck behind, or still stuck side by side with that 93. And now look at Matthew Covington going 3 wide underneath that 77. Trying to make the move work. We saw him make this move earlier on the 16 and 22. It was not going to work that time. He had to get out of the gas a lot. It's going to allow AJ to get back to his outside. But Nick's going to clear these guys. Maybe Jake Scarborough can follow him to get back up to the race lead. As Brandon Gonzalez, Aaron Woods Jr., they're both closing into this pack right here. This Covington's going to clear. That's 61. Side by side back here, that is for 6th. Big send by the 87. I think that 61 of AJ Littums is kind of struggling here on this longer run. As he's kind of falling back, here comes Nick Bingham going to the inside of Daniel Sells. He's got fresher tires, so he's just trying to get back on the lead lap. He is currently, though, 2 laps down, so trying to gain one of them back here. Side by side for 3rd. Covington back on to the inside, and he's going to finally make that pass on Jake Scarborough. As they battle back here. Brendan Gonzalez to the inside of Andrew Franci. Jake Scarborough maybe thinks about Making the move back down low. Here he comes. So while this is happening, Nick Bingham just trying to go to the outside of David Garcia to get his lap back. But, oh, one car hard into the wall in the background. That's the 8. That's Andrew Cahill. That's going to bring out our second caution of the night. I do believe that was a caution. Yes, it was. Go back and take a look at what happened to him. So I just saw corner of my eye. He went straight up into that wall. So there he is battling with Scout Collins. I think this was just outside of the top 20. And it looks like Scout gets us to the back of him, and up the racetrack he goes, around he goes. Luckily, nobody else involved. So I'm not really sure. It looks like Scout kind of forces it in there. And I don't think Andrew ever really realized that 98 was down there. Up the track, into the wall hard. But this will likely start some pit stops for these leaders. So yes, here they all are down pit lane. So David Garcia going to come out first. Matthew Covington out second. Not a good pit stop for that 49. He comes out outside of the top 5. So I'm not sure what that was all about for this 49. Nick Bingham's going to be the lap car in the way, though. Right now he does have his lap back. This 2 of Branson Grooms, we saw him in that wreck. He's still on pit lane. So of course, no lucky dogs in this time period. But if there was a lucky dog, it would have went to the 15 of Baker Mayfield. Currently 30 cars on the lead lap. Now only 29 as Branson Grooms falls a lap down. And everybody in with fresh tires now. We'll go ahead a little bit here. And look at this inside lane full of lap cars. So this could get pretty dangerous here quickly. As the top 2 on that inside, 2 laps down, so they're looking to get 1 lap back. All these other guys looking to get back on the lap. So we'll see what happens here. As we're going to be restarting on lap 24. It's David Garcia out front, Matthew Covington second, Jake Scarborough third. Green flag back in the air here at Phoenix. Three wide. There you see the lap cars just all over the place. Look at that contact with the 29. This is going to get very sketchy. Off the corner. Yep, there they go. Brandon Gonzalez into the inside wall. That's not going to bring out the caution. Carlos Cuero's there as well. Heavy front end damage to the 87, who was running in the top 5. As it looks like they might have had another incident in the back as well, so that's going to bring out the caution. So the 93 and 1 got one of their laps back. Everybody else is still stuck a lap down. Looks like we got people pitting and 1 car around, 2 cars around. Oh, this is just a disaster. That's Fox Oquin. Jake Scarborough also made some contact with somebody. I don't know why we're pitting again, but maybe to top off on fuel. So we'll watch pit stops real quick. I thought I had a chat box, but I guess not. I would click off the screen, but if you click off it hard, just breaks. So yeah, it looks like fuel only for some of these guys, but others taking tires. Go back and take a look at what happened. I think there might have been a wreck behind, but we know the 87, he got turned into the inside wall. And they were just all stacked up. Yeah, the contact with the 29 of Fox Oquin did down into Carlos Queiroz, and big damage there. There might have not been a wreck in the back. They're just kind of far back there. As yeah, I guess not. These guys just kind of lined up way back there, but heavy damage to that 87. We'll watch one more time. Wrong button. And then under caution, you know, the AI is just stupid. And for some reason, they all decide to pit again. And then so Fox Oquin gets turned by somebody here. And then Jake Scarborough also around. So now I believe all the lap cars will line up in front. Or maybe not. But it looks like we have 2 drivers staying out. Which is probably smart by them. That's Andrew Franci, who was already up here in the top 10. But Mark Sherrill in that 55. Strategy by him to get up here to second. And of course you have Covington. Oh god. Here come the lap cars again. This is just going to be a disaster with these guys. And I used to have a chat box to be able to tell them to wave around or get off the racetrack, but NR restarted on me, and now it's gone. And I didn't realize that until this race started, and it's a little bit too late to go back. So it's just gonna be a terrible race. But here we go. This is going to be Andrew Franci with Mark Sherrill on the front row. And then we got cars who just took maybe 2 tires, fuel only. Matthew Covington, Daniel Sells, Jake Scarborough, David Darcy. I'm pretty sure the first one on 4 tires. But here we go. Green flag back in the air here at Phoenix. See everybody fanning out. I don't even know who's on the lead lap and who's not. But it looks like they made it out of the corner fine. As how many laps down is this 33? He's 1, so he's trying to get his lead lap back. Look at Braden Sisko right there. Trying to pass all these lap cars. Everybody just fanned out right now. Looks like, yeah, Sherrill's second. Right here is the battle for third. There you see Sells going underneath Covington. We know that 49 was one of the faster cars, trying to get back up there through all this lap traffic. Look at this pack back here. Lots of different cars in different spots. Oh, Mike Pitt almost just came up and turned himself on Branson Grooms. Funny enough, the 2 winners this season. They're 4 wide back here. I'm pretty sure these are all lead lap cars. This could get tight coming out of the corner. Don't try to go 5 wide, guys. Everybody's just surviving right now. But up front, Franci has cleared all the lap traffic. Mark Sherrill is still running second. That's Braden Sisko underneath him. Sells third. Covington all the way back here in fourth. He's just been kind of dropping. I believe that 78 is on the lead lap. Covington's going to clear the 2 and 10. David Garcia on those 4 fresh tires. Trying to work the outside past these lap cars. Oh, Jake Scarborough and David Garcia made contact. Michael Scout shoved that 77 up into the 45, almost causing a wreck there, but they all hold on to it. Now they're also, that 2 car is very slow. Almost just got turned by Garcia there. They're 4 wide back here. And these are all lead lap cars, I believe. Maybe not the 8. As out of turn 2 is really the trouble spot, as they make a lot of contact there. Damn, that 41 just got punted up out of the corner by this 8. Is this guy even on the lead lap? Yeah, he's in 12th somehow, some way, after just spinning earlier. Back up front, though, Braden Cisco gets around the 33. That was 4 position, but they're both a lap down. Andrew Franci just continuing to lead. Everybody else is trying to get around this pack of cars, as they see back here. Mike Pitt, your last week's, in quotation marks, winner. Yeah, gets out front into the top 10 now. Is he gonna get underneath the 61 to pass AJ Littums? But it looks like that 61 is gonna hold off right now. Now sitting it in underneath David Garcia, trying to make that pass work, as David Garcia has been trying to pass that 2 car forever now and still can't get around him. So is Jake Scarborough. He can't get around that 2 either. The battle for the lead is closing in, though, as Mark Sherrill slowly closing in on this 34. Maybe not anymore. Braden Cisco had a bad corner. The gap's about half a second between this 34 and 55. And then third place is all the way back here, Daniel Sels. And he's got company, Matthew Covington there. And then 2 more lap cars all the way back to this Ford, or the 78 of Aaron Woods Jr. and then Jonathan Maynard. So here's Braden Cisco, who looks to be pretty quick right now, but he's going to get his 1 lap back. So if he passes 34 quickly, and a caution comes out, he'll be back on the lead lap. Oh, I just heard a crash somewhere back here. Oh, here it is. Jack Nelson and Caleb Kerr have gone around in turns 4. That's going to bring out another caution. Take a look back. See what happened. These 2 weren't even on the lap down. Oh, Wolfgang Suarez just punted that 19 into the 68. Heavy damage to Caleb Kerr and Jack Nelson. That was just uncalled for by the 99 there. See it again. Yeah, Wolfgang just punted that 19, and Caleb Kerr was just an unfortunate bystander there. Helicopter camera that you see. Suarez gets into Nelson, Nelson gets into Kerr, and then Nelson and Kerr all just back it into the wall. Let's go and bring out our, like, what, 4th caution of the night? And Braden Cisco could not get his lap back there, so he's still going to be stuck a lap down. That's just going to bunch up the field again and make this just terrible. We'll see who comes out of pit lane first. It's going to be that 49 of Daniel Sells, who I believe took 2 tires last stop, so maybe 2 tires this stop as well. Sherrill out second, Maynard out third, Francie out fourth, and then Garcia out fifth. So here comes the lap down car, so we'll see. Skip ahead. As here we go once again. We'll be restarting with 50 laps to go. As everybody lined up on the inside lane, all 1 lap down, looking to get back on the lead lap. There's going to be 2 rookies out front, Daniel Sells and Mark Sherrill. And then Jonathan Maynard, Andrew Francie, and David Garcia round out the rest of your top 5. Green flag back in the air here at Phoenix. Look at this, already going 3, already going 4, trying to get around these lap cars. Francie, oh, that's a lot of contact, and that's second place, third place. Yep, this is probably going to end terribly. Coming off the corner, they actually all survived somehow. The 93 or the 33 shoved the 93 up into the 15, which door slammed Mark Sherrill, who's running second, but he's going to get the run off the corner to maybe close in on your race leader of Daniel Sells. So here comes that 55, going to try to go for the race lead here as Anthony Foss going to try to get his lap back underneath that 49. And Mark Sherrill right now clear, and he gets clear for the race lead. So after getting doored there on the start, he takes the race lead. Braden Cisco out front of him. So right now Cisco is on the lead lap. He's going to have to hold this and hope for a caution because that 55 is slowly creeping in. As Mark Sherrill all over the back bumper of the 36 there. As Foss still giving this 49 just all kinds of trouble trying to pass him to catch up to that 55 to get back on the lead lap. So here comes that 55. Trying to look underneath the 36 there. Now here he comes to the inside. Trying to put him back a lap down. And he will. So now Mark Sherrill has clean air. As these top 2 have pretty much pulled away from the rest of this field. I heard a crash. Yep, there we go on the backstretch. Oh, Donovan David gets annihilated. Oh, he gets annihilated again. Heavy impact for that 04. Dylan Cutroof and Brendan Gonzalez there as well. Ugh. What a hit for that 04. I think he took a big hit at Vegas just last race too, and I'm not sure how he went around. I think I saw this 61 there as well. Here we go, a replay. And, oh, it looks like Aaron Woods gets turned by Lozano. They all go up into the wall. And right here, oh, Dylan Cutroof and then Brandon Gonzalez. Heavy, heavy impact for all 3 of these drivers, just ARCA breaking into the corner. I don't know if Gonzalez had any brakes after his earlier incidents. It sure didn't look like it there. But you'll see Lozano, the 54, he's going to turn Aaron Woods Jr. down into Donovan David, sending that 04 around. Oh, Dylan Cutroof there. And then Brandon Gonzalez after. We'll watch from this camera way up top as they come out on turn 2. Yeah, it looks like that 64 thought he was going to get through clear, had the open lane, and then all of a sudden, right in his face, was that 04 of Donovan David. So we're right on board with Dylan Cutroof. No brakes. So that's going to obviously DNF all of them, which is probably a good thing. Less cars better, I guess. As your leader is going to be that 55. I'm not sure what happened to... Actually, no, it looks like Trey Grooms is going to be the race leader. That 98 is a lap down. Don't ask me how. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I'm slowly losing my sick mind up here. We'll skip ahead. Here, look at that train on the inside. Just gonna ruin this race because they're all a lap down. And then you got a lap car leading this thing for some reason. I don't know. I don't understand. But Trey Grooves, your Daytona winner. He's gonna lead the field back to green. Mark Sherrill's second. So yes, all three of those drivers just pulled it to the garage. Everybody else a lap down. Mark Sherrill's second, Andrew Franci third, Daniel Sills fourth. Caleb Kerr is somehow fifth after we saw him backed into the wall earlier. So we'll see how fast that 68 is. But here we go. Restarting once again. Let's see how stupid the AI get this time around. So Scout Collins, Evan Nelson, Carlos Queiroz, Branson Grooms, they're all trying to get back on the lead lap. Look at Mark Sherrill to the inside, trying to get underneath Trey Grooms for that race lead. Michael Scout there as well. He's a lap down. The two does not get the best exit, but still side by side for the race lead. Now Grooms might be clear, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get low. Mark Sherrill sends it back into his inside. Sherrill trying to navigate through this pack. It looks like he might be clear as Andrew Cahill gets turned once again in the back. Oh, AJ Liddums looks like he hits him. That's going to bring out the caution once again. Braden Sisko's wall riding. And now comes down into Franci. Luckily, no wreck there. They have to kind of race it back to the pace car. It looks like the 98, the 10, and the 4 will be able to get back on the lead lap. These two drivers' days are done. And we'll go back and take a look at what happened. So your pole sitter is going to be out. Last season's champion's going to be out. And again, it looks like this is not the 8's fault. He's just going to get turned again by Jonathan Maynard. As the 29 almost got turned on the apron, but the 8 gets turned mid-pack, and bomb. Yep, that's going to blow a motor 10 times out of 10. Right aboard with this 61. Oops. So AJ was already way back here. I don't know if he just, like... Could it see the 8? I guess there was a lot of smoke. No, he just aimed right for it. I'm sorry for laughing. That was just... incredible. So another caution here. We've still got about 40 laps to go. Okay. That was just terrible by me. Let me go back. So Cahill gets turned by Maynard. AJ Liddum's there as well. See, I kind of knew this race was going to be terrible. As I believe Mark Sherrill's going to be your race leader. We'll just skip ahead. Is that Caleb Kerr in second? How did that happen? I don't think a lot of these guys pitted, because I don't see Daniel Sills up here. He's all the way back here, so I believe he did come down pit lane. And it looks like he was like one of the few drivers who decided to pit. Trey Grooms there as well. As if this somehow goes green all the way, it's gonna be pretty close on the fuel mileage. Actually, I don't think you can make it. The 55 Mark Sherrill out front, Caleb Kerr second, Matthew Covington third, Andrew Franze fourth, and your last race winner, Mike Pitt. He rounds out the top 5. So here we go once again. Of course, the inside car is going to try to get their laps back. But a big jump by that 55. He's going to clear all the lap cars. Oh, that's 78. It's so off pace that he just came up and blocked the lead lap cars. Yeah, I think we're going to see another wreck here. Maybe not yet. How Caleb Kerr is in second, I have no idea. And how that car is still fast, I have no idea. So you see the back bumper completely just caved in. But he's going to try to get up here to the race lead. So here's on board. You see a better look at that 68. As Covington on the lead lap. Trying to get around Branson Grooms. And we have another caution. Who would have thought? Wolfgang Suarez. Oh, David Garcia in this as well. Aaron Woods Jr. and Wolfgang Suarez. Oh, Jonathan Maynard as well. Unfortunate. Just another stack up in the middle of the field, it looks like. Aaron Wood Shooter, we saw him. He was already off pace. Down into Mike Pitt. Into the wall. Down into Franze. Down into Garcia. Down into Dylan Thomas. Down into everybody. Trey Grooms might have missed it. Ah. I think Carlos Cueros got a piece of that as well. Yeah. Jack Nelson. Oh, Trey Grooms gets a little piece there at the end. Everybody down pit lane. Looks like Mark Sherrill's out first. Kerr's out second. Well, let's try this one more time. As your leader is somehow the 41 of Luna Bennington. With a lot of front end damage. Gabe Cazola is second. That car has seen better days. Trey Grooms is third. We just saw him get into that last wreck a little bit. And then fourth place, all the way back here, is the cars who pitted. Of Mark Sherrill, Caleb Kerr, Matthew Covington, Daniel Sills. Simon Bingham, starting last this race. He's up here in the top 10. That's how much you just need to know about this race. But that 41's the leader. Somehow, some way. We'll see how long that lasts. See everybody in front trying to stay on the lead lap here. Green flag back in the air here at Phoenix. Oh my gosh, look at Caleb Kerr. Gabe Cazola is not fit to be up here. I don't know why he stayed out. Caleb Kerr, Trey Grooves, they're really quickly making their way through the field. Watch these lap cars wreck in front of these guys and just collect all these lead lappers. That would be terrible. Why is this 68 car going for the race lead? I don't know, but he's trying to get underneath Luna Binnington. Let's have a caution now so all these guys are back on lead. Oh, we almost had one there. Gabe Cazola, Matthew Covington. Why is it the 78 still out here somehow? Oh my goodness, they're about to wreck. They're about to wad them up back here. They're like 5 wide. I don't know how they didn't wreck there, but they're surviving. Luna Binnington in the lead. Caleb Kerr in second. I believe Covington's now third. He's got the cleanest car up here right now. We'll see if he can get up there. Look at this, 3 wide underneath, trying to pass that 78. And side by side for the race lead, here comes Caleb Kerr. And he's going to take it away from that 41. But now he's got Matthew Covington all over his back bumper. Why is that 92 up here? That's Simon Bingham. He somehow got past all the carnage to get up here and race for the race lead. And there goes Julian Lozano with Gabe Cazola into the wall in the background. That's going to bring out the caution. Oh, David Garcia. Little clip there at the end. Go back and take a look at what happened to these two. So we know Gabe Cazola, who for some reason restarted second, was slow. And it looks like the 16 got into him, down into Lozano. Just about a 2-car wreck, maybe 3, because of that other car. David Garcia getting a piece there. Watch from spectator cam. I don't think Gabe Cazola was very happy about that because he just kept it in the gas in the door of that whatever number he is, the 454. On board with Gabe Cazola. My brain is just not able to handle what's going on right now. Covington is going to be the first one out. Simon Bingham is second. I guess, I don't know, Luna probably fixed damage, so now she's all the way back here. Caleb Kerr, don't even know where he is. He's right here. And now all the lap cars are pitting. Luckily, we have less lap cars now, because a lot of them stayed in front of the leaders there. Unfortunately, we still have lap cars. Was the replay thing up during that whole time? I might have kept it up that whole time. I don't even care anymore. We're break. I can't even remember. All right. We got 5 lap cars on the inside now. 5. For some reason, the 78's leading the line. He's got... I don't know why that 78 is even out here. But he's obviously off pace. Green flag back in the air. Matthew Covington leads. We got about 21 laps to go. Or about 22 laps to go. Are you kidding me? Are we serious? Oh my god. What the hell? What the hell? What? I don't know anymore. We'll just go to the replay. Oh, we're still piling in. What are we doing? These guys, Braden Sisko, Michael Scout, wrecked way in turn 1, and they somehow still piled into the wreck in turns 2. What is going on? What is happening right now? Let's go back and take a look at what happened. So I saw Scout and Braden Cisco. They had issues back here. Looks like they, yeah, just a lot of slower cars. David Garcia, they both spin. Then up here, oh my God, what happened? Rich Roy gets turned by Daniel Sels. And instead of keeping it up on the wall, he's going to be like, yeah, let me come down and wreck everybody else. Just destroyed all the Penske cars, if you want to count the 22 and 12. And then Gabe Gazzola, Wilson Hunt, they pile in. And then here comes Michael Scout and Braden Cisco piling it as well. Whatever, bro. I've given up. I've given up on trying to, like, professionally commentate this race. But maybe they'll take out a few more cars. I mean, it definitely will. Here we go once again, Matthew Covington. Simon Bingham. Green flag. Oh my goodness, Baker Mayfield just punts his way through to get back on the lead lap. Anthony Foss to follow. And I don't think that 75 is too happy with that 15 after that move. Oh my God. Why is he coming out of pit lane? There we go. Those are your two leaders right there, the 75 and 92. As they both try to navigate through these lap cars. Francie is third. How about Justin Murray somehow up here in fourth? Evan Nelson, who was a lap down earlier, he's found his way in fifth. Mike Pitt, his teammate, underneath him. There's the 16 there as well. Gonna also be his teammate. Right now up front, these two look to do battle here. Matthew Covington and Simon Bingham. They both never won before. This is that 75's second season. This is that 92's first season. Remember, that 92 of Simon Bingham, he started all the way in last. And now looking to go from last to first as they catch up to David Garcia. Covington going to quickly make work around him, put Baker Mayfield back a lap down. That 45 is going to cause an accident. I just know it. As he's currently in the way. But Matthew Covington, he's got clean air out front. This could be the day for that 75. We saw him take a big hit at Daytona. We saw him while leading last week take a big hit at Vegas. And now with just 13 laps to go, looking to finally capture his first career win here in the KBB NR2003 series after this amazing race that we've had display here tonight. Andrew Francie, he got back up to third. Murray in fourth. Daniel Sils in fifth. There's not any lap cars in the way. The next closest car is Dylan Thomas. He's coming out of turn 4, so he's about a whole half a track away. So if we could just go green the rest of this way, that would be cool. Let's take a look at the fastest lap, though. It goes to that 49 of Daniel Sels. 27.692. We saw him very quick earlier. He's still pretty quick up here in the top 5 now. Has survived all the chaos. Don't know if he's going to have enough time to catch up to your race leader, though. I don't even think a caution would help him. They're having a big battle back here. That's Mike Pitt, Jake Scarborough. They're making a lot of contact. Bennington there as well. I think she's a lap down. But she's on fresher tires. Look at Caleb Kerr going 3 wide. Is he on the lead lap? Yeah, he is on the lead lap. As Evan Nelson, we talked about him. He was in the top 5 earlier. He's slowly fading back outside the top 10. We got 10 laps to go for Matthew Covington. He's got about a 1.3 second lead over Simon Bingham. As these guys right here are still going all over the place. Francie is closing in on that 92 for second. We'll see if Phoenix provides one more caution for us. Remember, if there's a caution with like 5 or 4 laps to go, 4 or 3 laps to go, that might end the race. Because this is 2003 rules, after all. But Covington just has to make it around a few more laps to capture his first career win here in this series, as he's got no pressure from behind. Second place, 2 seconds back. How about Daniel Selst up here, though? I think he pitted earlier for 4 tires compared to all these guys. Survived all the chaos and back up here trying to get into this podium position. All over the back bumper of Andrew Francie right now. He's not going to have enough time to catch up to the race leader, but still a great comeback for this 49. He'll probably get up to second, but that's about it. As Foss trying to look for a way around that 92. Of course, that's not for position. Simon Bingham just trying to hold him off for right now. As it looks like the field has finally calmed down. As this is the battle for the top 10 spot. Evan Nelson, Trey Grooms, don't know how that 22 is keeping up, but he's there. Justin Rott, Jake Scarborough. There, maybe they could sneak into this top 10. But we're coming to 5 laps to go for Matthew Covington. So he has just set sail. He's been one of our probably 5 fastest cars tonight, and he survived all the chaos. Looking to finally win after this interesting race here at Phoenix. The second place is going to heat up. Same for third, as Francie is slowly falling back. That's Justin Murray and Nick Scaccio. There, Nick in that 16 just outside the top 5. He's looking to get into the top 5 if he can pass one of these guys. As if we did have a caution now, that would most likely end the race. As this 75 has a 3-second gap over Simon Bingham. And now here we go, battle for second. Daniel Selst all over the back end. Maybe looking high on Nick Bingham. Nope, got to try to maybe cross over here. And they're wrecking behind for 4th or 5th. Justin Murray and Nick Scaccio. That's going to end the race. So Matthew Covington doesn't even have to take these next 2 laps under green. Please don't stupidly pit here. What was that all about between the 88 and 16? I am praying the AI isn't stupid and pits here. I am praying, but that would be just a way Matthew Covington would lose, as he has 2 laps to go. Please don't pull a Mark Martin. As I want to see if that 75 makes it around both times before we go back and take a look at the replay on the 88 and 16. But that moves Mark Sherrill up to 5th. Justin Rott and Evan Nelson, they're going to get a top 10, save for Trey Grooves. As it looks like the AI is going to be smart for once. And it looks like Matthew Covington is going to come home with his first win here in KBB. So he's going to see the white flag this time by 1 lap to go for that 75 under caution. It's been a just terrible race. Just a terrible, terrible race. But it's going to be that 75 of Matthew Covington finally getting that first career win. We saw him take that big hit at Daytona to start the season, and then last week he was battling for the race lead late, got wrecked by a lap car, and had a pretty big crash there as well. But he survives all of the chaos here at Phoenix, and he's going to walk away with his first career win. And, you know, we talked about how he was the only really veteran in this series who hasn't been to victory lane. Well, that's going to change tonight as he paces around under caution after that wreck between Justin Murray and Nick Scaccio. Out of turn number 4, Matthew Covington is going to pick up his first career win here at Phoenix International Raceway. So we'll wait for the rest of this field to go by. We will export the results just in case of a crash. So now the results are official. Covington is going to come down pit road to celebrate with his team. Simon Bingham's going to finish second. Sells is going to finish third. Let's take a look back at what happened with the 88 and 16. They were both going to finish really good. They were closing in on Andrew Franze, who looked to have maybe worn out his tires. This is with 3 laps to go, heading into turn number 3. Oh, wow. Nick Scaccio just turned Justin Murray up into the wall. Take a look at it again. Yeah, just got into his quarter panel, just right hooked him. Right on board with that 16. That was the battle for 5th. And now they're all going to finish. They're both going to finish way in the back. Well, take a look at your results here. Matthew Covington picks up his first career win here at Phoenix. Simon Bingham second. Daniel Sills third. Andrew Franze fourth. Mark Sherrill fifth. Caleb Kerr sixth. Last week's winner finishes 7th. Mike Pitt. Trey Grooms 8th. Justin Rott 9th. And Evan Nelson, who was a lap down earlier, rounds out your top 10. Jack Nelson 11th. Jake Scarborough 12th. Justin Murray 13th. Branson Grooms 14th. Carlos Quiros 15th. Nick Scaccio 16th. Julian Lozano 17th. Dylan Thompson 18th. Baker Mayfield 19th. Anthony Foss rounds out your top 20. Fox Oakwood 21st. Luna Bennington 22nd. Aaron Woods Jr. 23rd. Scout Collins 24th. David Garcia 25th. Jonathan Maynard 26th. Nick Bingham 27th. Gabe Gazzola 28th. These are all of your retirees, by the way. 29th, Richard Roy. Rounding out your top 30 is Michael Scout. Wilson Hunt, 31st. Braden Sisko, 32nd. Wolfgang Suarez, 33rd. Your pole sitter, AJ Liddums, 34th. Andrew Cahill, 35th. Dalen Cutruff, 36th. Donovan David, 37th. Brendan Gonzalez, 38th. Devin Garner could not keep his top 10 streak alive. He finishes 39th. And rounding out your field tonight is Travis Van Oostendorp in that number 5. So I am completely sorry that this race was just terrible to watch. Obviously, I will fix some things for next race, which I don't even know what next race is of the schedule. Let me look at the schedule real quick. So we head to Auto Club for our first nighttime race. That one should be fun. Hopefully not as bad as this one. So yeah, like I said, I'll fix some things. Hopefully I could get maybe better cautions to work so we don't have lap cars in the way. Hopefully I could be able to wave around those lap cars. We'll see. But yeah, thank you all for coming out here and watch this race. Of course, remember, follow the Instagram page, which is just kbb.nr2003, for updates of certain things. And yeah, I'll see you guys at Auto Club next time. I don't know if it's going to be next week, but we'll see.